point, I want to turn it over to Jess Nason. We call her Curly Fry from camp, and she's going to put us through some really fun yoga and some easygoing chair yoga if we need it. So take it away, and thanks to Nancy for joining us today too. I love our PTs.
All right, so we're gonna get started this afternoon. You can sit cross-legged if that's comfortable for you. Sometimes having your hips up on some pillows or a bolster or a couple stacked towels can be really good. That can feel really good. The other option is having a seat in a chair, and that can be feet flat on the floor. Hands can be on the knees, whether you're sitting cross-legged, either palms down for a little bit more grounding or palms up for a little bit more opening. And then if you feel comfortable, gently closing your eyes, bringing the focus inward, and see if you can shift your shoulders back in line with your hips. A lot of times we end up leaning forward because we're engaging on a computer or engaging with another person. See if you can sit up a little bit taller. See if you can relax your jaw, relax your tongue. If your eyes are closed, think about even softening your eyes or relaxing your eyes. And your hands can stay on your knees, or you can bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest and slowly start to fill belly. Then bringing it all the way up to your hand on your inhale, and as you exhale, relaxing down from your top hand to your belly. Moving at a pace of breath that feels good for you, breathing into your belly first, then your chest, and then as you blow out, chest down to belly. Taking a few cycles of breath just like that. You can breathe through your mouth or through your nose, depending on what feels most comfortable for you. See if as you breathe in, you can find a little bit more space in between each rib, really expanding. And then as you exhale, really sink down. 2 more rounds of breath just like that, filling all the way up to empty all the way back out. Big inhale, and this one, as you exhale, big HA all the way out. So big inhale, HA all the way out. From here, we're gonna move over towards our tabletop position. So we're gonna stack our shoulders over our wrists here, and then our hips over our knees. Sometimes I like to fold my yoga mat in to give a little extra padding for my knees. If my knees are feeling extra tender that day, you can put your pillows underneath. And then if you're in the seated position, you're gonna bring your hands towards your knees and you're gonna sit up tall, gaze is nice and strong out in front of you. And from your tabletop, you're gonna drop your belly, lift your gaze, reaching your head up towards the ceiling, and then on your exhale, pushing your shoulder blades away, up towards the ceiling, and then reversing it. Inhale, head goes up towards the ceiling. Exhale, pushing everything up. Taking a few more rounds of breath just like that. If you're in that seated position, same idea, hands are on the knees, opening up through the chest on an inhale. And then as you exhale, round through your spine, push the shoulder blades away. Inhaling it up towards the ceiling. Exhale, moving nice and slow, rounding through the spine. Inhale it in and up. Exhale, bring it back. 2 more cycles of breath just like that, whether you're seated or in your tabletop position. And then when you're ready, we're gonna move towards child's pose. Any low back issues, knees are gonna stay nice and close together to give you some extra support. If you wanna put pillows underneath your body, that's totally okay too, or a couple blankets. You're gonna push your hips back towards your heels. Knees can go wide or stay together. And you're just gonna reach the arms forward and then let your head hang anywhere that feels comfortable. If your head doesn't make it all the way down towards the mat, you can bring some pillows or blankets up towards your forehead so you can totally let your head, neck, and face relax. If you're in this chair position, you can fold forward over legs, let the head go, let the neck go. You can even reach the fingertips down towards the ground. Looking for expansion of your back and your ribs, breathing here. One more breath just like this. And from here, lifting your head up just enough so you can look where you're going. And whether you're seated or you're in your child's pose, walking your hands over towards the left side and then relaxing there. Feeling the big stretch in your right side body, right ribs. Maybe you feel it into your hip. One more big breath here. Slowly coming back through center. And then walking the hands all the way over towards the right or the opposite side than what you did last time. And then breathing here, breathing into the left side body, the left ribs, opening up. Nice job. Walking the hands back through center, and then reconnecting towards that tabletop position, or sitting up onto your chair. Nice tall spine, hands are on the knees. We're gonna take 2 more rounds of cat-cow. So it's that inhale, drops the belly, lifts the heart. Exhale, pushes the shoulder blades and back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop the belly. Open it up, reach the heart forward. Exhale, push the shoulder blades away. Come back towards that tabletop position. And from here, any way you'd like, we're gonna bring the left leg forward in between the hands. Sometimes if my left leg or my hip flexor is not really feeling it, I like to give a little extra love. So bringing it forward with your hand is totally great. You want your hips, enough space for your hips. If you feel off balance, walk your feet and your hips a little bit further apart. And hands can be down on the mat, or maybe they're up on some pillows or some blankets or towels. Big breath here. And again, a lot of times we typically are collapsed down on that forward, because we're spent on the computer. See if you can lift your heart up, bring your gaze about 2 to 3 feet in front of you. Breathing here. One more breath here. And maybe you hang out right here and that feels good. Or maybe you bring one hand to the knee or both hands to the knee. And then you rise all the way up. Option to hang out right here. If as you grow tall, you feel a little bit more unsteady, walk that feet a little bit wider. Give yourself that nice wide support. Again, if this is a lot on your knee, you can always roll your mat, giving yourself that extra support. Big breath here. Maybe hands stay on the knee. Maybe right arm goes up towards the ceiling. Breathing here. Maybe left hand goes up. Nice job. One big breath. Both hands come back down towards the mat. Any way you'd like, bringing that knee back down towards the mat, left knee down towards the mat. You can always bring that hand to help, bringing it down towards that tabletop position. And we're gonna take one round of cat-cow. Inhale, drops the belly, shoulder blades pinch back together, back behind you. Exhale, belly button to spine. Everything's pushing up towards the ceiling. Nice and slow. Nice work. As you're ready, you can bring that right leg in between the hands, just like we did on the opposite side. And I didn't give the chair modification on the first side for this, but the chair modification for this is just hugging your knee in towards the chest, okay? So we're just getting a little bit into that hip flexor. So that would be, you can do right and left here. So from this nice 90, you got a nice 90-degree bend in the back leg, nice 90-degree bend in the front leg. Breathing here, again, try to see if you can get your spine nice and long, open through your heart. And maybe you hang out right here because that feels good to you. Maybe you bring hands to blocks. Maybe you bring one hand to the knee and then both hands to the knees. Again, feel free to walk that foot out a little bit wider if that feels good or gives you a little bit more support. Option to hang out right here. Our left hand's gonna go up towards the ceiling this time. And then right hand's gonna go up towards the ceiling. Big breaths here. And then both hands come down. Bring that right leg back underneath your body. Find that tabletop position. One round of cat-cow, either seated or on your knees. Opening up through the spine. Big breath. And then one foot at a time, we're gonna step back towards our high plank just for a second. So our shoulders are over our wrists. Our body is nice and long. And then we're gonna float our hips up towards our downward facing dog. So a nice deep bend in the knees here. See if you can shift the weight into all the pads of your fingers. So underneath your thumb, underneath your pointer finger. And then you can take a nice deep bend in the knees. If you want to take a modification for chair, you can turn your chair around, take a step back so you're making an L shape, and then sink your heart down. Nice deep bend in the knees. Heart is sinking down, opening up through the front body. Breathing here, maybe bending one knee and then the other, walking out your dog. And then looking in between your hands. And then as you can, walk your feet towards your hands and your knees can be really bent. And we're gonna take a nice forward fold here. So this can be done in your chair or in standing. That modified chair, feet are still hips width apart and you're just gonna let everything go. Let the head go, let the neck go, let the chest go. And then we're gonna fold forward. Okay, let everything go. Breathing here. And then whether you're in the chair or you're standing, we're gonna shake our head no. And then nod our head yes. And then as slowly as you can, slowly come up to standing. Any low back issues, you can bring your hands towards your hips and come up, or you can slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Same goes for if you're in a chair. And then we're gonna roll our shoulder blades up, back and down, nice tall spine. We're gonna do that a couple times. Up, back and down. And then if you're seated, same thing, up, back and down. up, back, and down. So wherever you are, feet are nice and wide, about hips width apart, rooting down through your feet. Both arms are going to sweep up towards the ceiling, fingertips reach up tall. We're going to take a hold of the right hand with the left hand, reach up tall towards the ceiling on an inhale, and then as you exhale, we're going to tip over towards the opposite side. So big stretch here, breathing here, holding here, either in standing or in your chair. Awesome. Come back up through center, hands come down. One more breath here. Then we're going to sweep the arms up, taking the opposite side this time. So whether you did right or left, you can do the opposite side. So nice and long, and then a tip over towards that opposite side. Breathing here. Nice job. Coming back through center, both hands come down. Whether you're standing or you're in your chair, both arms sweep up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, take a little bend in the knees to find your forward fold. On an inhale, bring your hands up to your shins and then finding a nice flat back. Nice job coming all the way up, almost like you're making an L shape with your body. Yep, and then exhale it down. Then make that L shape again with your body. Same thing if you're in your chair, nice and lifted. And then exhale it down. Half lift. And then exhale it down. Hang out in that forward fold for a breath or two. Then we're gonna sweep the hands up towards the ceiling, nice and tall. Bring the hands back through heart center. Nice job. Inhale, sweep it in and up. And then exhale, fold all the way down. Whether you're seated or standing, half lift that L shape with your body. Exhale, fold it forward. Sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale, hands through heart center. Nice job. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, fold it down. Big breath in. That L shape of the body, and then exhale, forward fold. Breathing here, hanging out in your forward fold. Maybe gently rocking side to side, whether you're seated or standing. Making space in your back body. Nice job. And then when you're ready, we'll make our way back towards our down dog, whether that's modified with the chair, so stepping back towards that L shape of the chair, or stepping back towards your high plank, and then a down dog. So if you're on your mat with your down dog, any wrist issues, you can always take fists. So that can be really stabilizing for fists if you'd like that in your down dog. You can either have the fist facing forward or kind of in line with your shoulders, fist facing out. You can also come down towards your forearms if the forearms feels better. Big breath here. One more breath here in our down dog. And then as we're ready, we're gonna shift forward towards our high plank, knees up or knees down, and then we're gonna slowly lower all the way down towards our mat. If you're doing a chair modification, you'll just find that nice starting easy seat position. And we're gonna just focus on opening up through the heart. So hands stay rooted, toes stay rooted. On an inhale, we're just gonna lift the chest a little bit up here. And then exhale it down. Inhale, lifts it up. Exhale it down. 3 more times just like that. For your chair modification, you can bring your hands back behind you, find that stability, And just breathe here, opening up through the chest, and then collapse it down. Inhale, opens it up, and then collapses it down. One more round of breath, no matter where you are. Nice. And then as you're ready, any way you'd like, we're gonna make our way towards our child's pose. So floating it back. Hips can stay narrow or wide. And we're just gonna float down here. In your chair, you can always reach the hands forward, pulling them out in front of you, reaching the fingertips, opening up through that back body. Taking a few breaths here in your child's pose. One more breath here. From your child's pose, you're going to come up, drop your hips over to one side, sweep your legs around, release your legs long out in front of you, shaking them out. If you're in your chair, releasing your legs long, shaking them out. And then wherever we are, whether we're seated on the mat or we're seated in a chair, legs are long. We're gonna reach our arms up towards the ceiling, big breath here. And then on an exhale, as we blow out, we're gonna fold over our straightened legs. So you can always have a bend in your legs. You don't have to grab yourself and hold forward. You can just let gravity do the work. Breathing here, feeling that big stretch in the back body, but not too much stretch, just enough, that sweet spot. One more breath here. Nice job. And then as you're ready, bringing the feet onto the mat, holding onto the backs of the thighs with the hands. And then slowly lower yourself back onto your back, hugging your knees in towards your chest, gently rocking side to side. And you can do this in the chair by hugging one knee towards the chest and wiggling it side to side. And then as you're ready, we're going to bring the left foot down onto the mat, right foot crosses over, making a figure four with your legs. And you can hang out right here if you feel like this is enough. You can do this seated in your chair by having the left leg planted and the right leg crossed on top. To take this a little bit deeper, you can walk the left foot a little bit closer towards you if that feels good. If you want a little bit more, you can reach through the legs, holding onto the backs of the thigh, and draw the left knee in towards the chest. To get a little bit of a deeper stretch or a little bit more mobility, if you're doing this in your chair, you can take this figure four in your chair and simply fold over. So only go as far as feels good. Breathing here, maybe you gently rock side to side. Maybe a little bit of movement feels good. And then we're gonna release the left leg down. We're gonna release the right leg down. Whether we're on our backs or seated in our chair, we're gonna walk the feet wider than the hips, and we're gently gonna let the knees fall side to side. Windshield wipering those knees. Nice job. Releasing that low back. And then as you're ready, bring the feet back together. Hips are in line with the knees and the ankles. Sitting up nice and tall in your chair if you're there. And this time we're going to cross the left leg over the right leg, or the opposite side of what you did last time. Again, if you feel the stretch here, hang out here and breathe through this. If you want a little bit more, you can bring the right foot closer towards the right hip. If you're seated in the chair, you can gently drop your chest over your figure 4 legs and find that fold that feels best for you. If you're looking for a little bit more, you can reach through the legs, holding onto the back of the thigh and breathing here. Again, maybe bringing a little bit of gentle movement feels good. And then we're going to release that right foot down, left foot down, walking the feet as wide as the mat. And again, windshield wipering those knees side to side. And we're going to take just a few more postures. You can take a few variations here. You can take butterfly, which means bottoms of the feet come together, knees drop out wide. And you can do this on your back or seated in the chair. So if you're in the chair, just bringing the feet together, scooting to the edge of your chair, and then just letting the knees drop out. If you're on your back, bottoms of the feet come together, those knees go wide. Sometimes it feels good to have some towels or blocks or pillows or someone you have next to you. You can stack your knees on top of them to give you a little support under your knees. That can feel really good. If you are looking for something a little bit extra, you can always go for half happy baby, which is holding the bottom of one foot, kind of making an L shape. You can do both feet if you're feeling super adventurous. Making sure that you do both sides. If you're taking half happy baby. One or two more breaths here. And then we're going to hug both knees in towards the chest. If you're seated in the chair, you're going to do one at a time. And from here, we're going to drop both knees all the way over towards the right. Arms go out to a T. If you want to stack pillows in between your knees, that might feel really good. If you want to kind of relax the top leg and let it fall differently, that's okay too. If you're in your chair and you want something similar, you're going to walk the feet away and just take a gentle twist here, using the chair back behind you and your upper body to kind of twist away. And then once you're there, see if you can relax. Come back to those big belly breaths like we started with. One more breath here. And then as you move your knees back through center, let them slowly fall to the opposite side. If you're taking the chair version, move your feet slowly to the opposite side. Take a gentle twist in the opposite direction. If you're here and you want to gently close your eyes, feel free. Or just start to slow down your breath. Again, coming back to those big belly breaths. Bringing the knees back through center. Hugging them in one more time. Maybe gently rocking side to side. And then as you're ready, releasing the legs long out in front of you. Maybe the arms are up towards the ceiling. If you're in your seated position in your chair, nice and relaxed, palms can be faced up. And we're just gonna gently close the eyes just for a few seconds. I'm gonna get some music going. And last time it was a little bit loud, so I'm gonna have someone give me a thumbs up to make sure that it sounds good. Pretty good? Okay, awesome. So we're just gonna take this time. We're gonna take this time just to kind of bring all of that good energy, all that work that we put into our yoga practice. And just relax and breathe here. Come back to those big belly breaths. See, again, if you can relax your jaw, relax your eyes. Bring your focus just to how you're breathing. Slowly start to bring movement back into your fingers and your toes. You can blink the eyes open if they're closed. Whether seated or you're lying on your back, reaching the arms up overhead for full body stretch, nice and long. And then when you're ready, come back towards a nice, comfortable seated position. Thanking yourself for taking time for your body and your mind and the other people around you that you love. And thank you guys so much for coming today.
Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad we recorded this because I'm going to go back and do it. And I love the chair modifications. I don't know about anyone else, but like after childbirth, my hips have been real tight and it's great. Like even in the chair modification, it made them open up and feel so much better. Like I can just do that sitting in my office chair.
Yes, absolutely. Chair yoga is like yoga for everybody. It's yoga for me. It's like, oh, it's so good.
It's awesome. Thank you so much. So feel free if anyone wants to unmute themselves and ask her a question, feel free to do that. We have a couple more minutes. Do we have a couple more minutes? You okay, Curly Fry?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Does anyone have a question?
I loved it. I don't have a question. I loved it.
I'm so glad.
Me too. I loved it. Michelle and I sat here and did it the whole time in our chair.
Right? You can do a lot of yoga from your chair, so.
It's great. So if there aren't any more questions.
Dirty garage.
Even in a dirty garage, it's not dirty. It looks,
yeah. You can do it. You can do yoga anywhere.
It's more organized than ours for sure. So I just want to do a special shout out to Nancy and Dave for doing this. This is our 11th week Tuesdays at 2. And so I totally appreciate all of your time and energy. You have no idea how much this has meant to us. Thank you so much. And I know for a fact lots of people have watched it over the 11 weeks. And I appreciate all the time and energy you both put into planning it and getting it ready for us each week. I know a lot of people have enjoyed and appreciated all the work that you guys put into it. So we just can't tell you enough about how happy we are and how pleased we are with everything you've done for us. So thank you so much, Nancy. We appreciate. I wish Dave was here to hear those same words, but
I will tell.
we love you guys so much, and we're so glad we have you as our PTs at our treatment center. Because not
It's
everybody's
very mutual.
not
We
everybody's-
love this community. We love this community, and we love that it's expanding with people like Jess, who's with us now a couple of years. So thank you. And then Kevin, thank you for coming every single week. That is,
Kevin, woo!
yeah, you rock. You totally rock.
Yeah,
And,
it's been great.
and just remember, it's instead of working out, you want to play out is my new motto. So make it fun and listen to your body and enjoy.
Yay.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, everybody. I hope you have a great week. Have a safe and happy 4th of July. Have a lot of fun with your family. Enjoy and take some time. I know it's a stressful time with all this great COVID going on, but enjoy, relax, and have fun. And maybe do a yoga session together as a family and watch it on our website. All right.
Yeah.
Have a great week. Love you all.